Welcome back to the College Cinephile. I'm your host, Rubio, and today we have another hidden gem segment just for you. This movie is what is widely considered to be the Jaws, but with bears. It's terrifying, and it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I'm with Sydney Hatfield to discuss this movie further. Sydney, tell us about Backcountry.
So Backcountry is about a couple. They're going on a camping trip. The girl, she's like not too into it. She's very reluctant to go, but her boyfriend talks her into it because he like grew up in the woods, and so he's showing her the sights. They're having a good old time for a few days, but then he gets them lost, and so they need to try and find their way out of the woods. But there's a bear.
There's a bear. That's essentially the whole entire point of this entire movie. It's a bear.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know anything about this movie going in, so I didn't know there was a bear. I thought there was going to be some guy because there's a guy at the beginning that they meet, and I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be the killer, and then he wasn't.
Yeah, it's one of those movies, like, I already knew going in what it was about, so like, and even then, like, the whole guy in the first half of the movie is still, like, freaks me out every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Like, ironically, like, even though you're more, like sensitive to horror movies, I guess is what they call it, like, you handled the movie way better than I did.
Yeah. I don't like demons and ghosts. I'm not about that. I can handle a bear, because there's something about reality that doesn't scare me as much, I guess. Like, I'm not planning on going camping anytime soon. This movie definitely, like, didn't help, like, make a case for camping. So I'm not too worried about finding bears, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, because, like, I'm the complete opposite. And, like, the fact that this movie, like, affects me so well is, like, just how grounded and real it is. It's just, like, for the most part, like, you get almost nothing for, like, an hour and a half. It's just, like, nature and this one small interaction with this one guy who is a little too creepy, even though he was just acting weird, as he describes it in the movie. Like, what did you think? Like, because, like, I imagine some people will see it as boring. Did you like because this is your first time watching it, right?
I mean, I thought it was interesting mostly because, I didn't know there was a bear going to come in. Like, it's kind of, and once, like, you know that there's a bear, it's kind of interesting to, like, maybe go back and see, like, oh, this is, like, where he went wrong.
Yeah, there's like 50 moments in this entire movie. If you rewatch it again, like, this is my second time watching this.
It was very frustrating. And, like, I was watching this with my roommate, and she's not, like, a wildlife expert, but, like, she knows how to take care of herself. And so, like, we were watching this. She was like, why are you doing this? And she was very frustrated. And she was like, this is a PSA on what not to do when you go camping. And so watching with her was very fun.
For me, it's just like, you have, like, the best way to the best measurement on your social anxiety is determining how much scarier the scene with the camper is versus the scene with the actual bear. So if you find because there's two, like, three scary moments in this entire film, and I'm okay with spoiling it because you go into this movie knowing what's about, and, like, really that's really it. And the first scene is, like, this interaction with this camper who is, like, you don't know why he's doing there.
Yeah, he's really weird. Like, at first he seems okay, but then, like, they start, like, having this conversation, and, like, he keeps talking, and you're like, what's up with this guy?
And he's, like, trying to one up the boyfriend a lot.
Yeah.
Like, there's a clever little visual gag when he pulls out, like, a bigger knife and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, that's phallic. And you get, like, situations like that where it's just like, and it's just horribly awkward and like super, like, creepy, and it's just like, is this part scarier than the actual scene with the bear?
Yeah.
And that's like I feel that's what makes this movie so effective.
Yeah.
Is, like, there's really not a moment where I felt, like, relaxed in this movie. It's very satisfying once the movie is over and you're like, the tension is released and it's over.
And it's like, oh, thank God. And like, I forgot what I was going to say.
What did you like? And also the performances are good. Like, at least the relationship between the couple.
It's realistic. Like, because it's not like this perfect relationship. Like, there's definitely, like, problems in this relationship. Like, just, like, the few interactions that you see of them, it's like, oh, like, you could probably be communicating better. You could be doing something better. But, like, it's real, and you can feel like the realness, and like, yeah, they have problems, but they do love each other. So it's real in that way. Like, it's a very convincing relationship.
All right. Is there like anything else you want to bring up? Because like for me, like I feel like it's on Netflix, so there's no excuse to not watch this movie. And also, unless you don't have a Netflix, which is like
borrow someone else's,
or pirate it in some way. Watch Backcountry. It's just one of those movies that is just really grounded, really like, focused and simplistic, in the best way possible. It's not like simplistic in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's like it's just brutal too. Like
okay, like we're spoiling this, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, when the bear like kills the guy, like that's gruesome. Like we were watching that and we were like, oh my gosh, like it was gruesome. And like I could tell it wasn't a real bear, but like considering their budget, they did pretty good. And like the way he was maimed, it was brutal.
It's the pure definition of brutal. There's no like exaggeration for it. And it's just like, and it just keeps going, and just like it's so like gritty and like in the best way possible. Not like in the Batman v Superman like fake gritty. We're talking about like this is what would happen. Like this is how a broken arm looks like. This is what like someone getting mauled by a bear looks like. Yeah. And like the sound design, like and the screaming is just like haunting. I could still hear it kind of feeling. It's like it really sticks with you, and that's why like even though I know exactly what is going to happen, like on the second viewing, it still affected me. So it's wonderful.
Yeah. So I highly recommend it.
I highly recommend it as well. Yeah. It's on Netflix. It's called Backcountry, directed by Adam McDonald, and that is our review of Backcountry. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content on the College Cinephile, and I believe that is it. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you guys next time.